Thank you very much for joining me on this Sunday. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I hope you're having a good weekend. We're going to get into the flooding, but I want to get into this chill that's on the way for some of us. Now, we're watching up toward the United States as we go throughout the week. This is looking ahead. I want to jump ahead, and then I'll get to some of the Christmas forecast for us. Here's Thursday into Friday. So look at this surge of cold weather that's going to be sliding by, mainly to the north of us to start. This is all the way into Christmas Eve morning. So that's about 6 days from now, and that's Saturday morning. Look at this surge of cold weather. You see these colors right here, the magenta, the blues, all the way down through Florida, parts of the Bahamas. In Florida, for example, they're going to have temperatures right around 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 20s and 30s around much of Florida back through Texas, and then swinging into parts of Mexico. Now, here's the thing, though. This is a computer model, and sometimes the water temperatures in the Caribbean influence it, and I do believe it is going to be even a little bit colder as we work our way over toward Cuba, the Bahamas, parts of the Yucatan, even a little bit cooler over toward Belize. I want to show you why, what I'm seeing. Let me put the winds on this, and you see the winds here. All right, this is back to Thursday. So again, this is Thursday, watching that pocket of colder air there, but watch what happens with the winds. Now, to start, winds are still coming in generally out of the east for us as we go throughout the week. So that easterly flow, even a southerly flow ahead of that big front. So that means it's going to be very warm as we head into midweek. We have that southeasterly breeze kicking back through the Turks and Caicos, Puerto Rico, southeasterly breeze over towards St. Kitts and Nevis. Then here comes that surge of colder weather. Look at this. By the time we get into Saturday morning, which again is Christmas Eve morning, look at the change in the winds, though, we're seeing. I put these arrows on. You may have to zoom in a little bit, but I want to show you. I'll make a bigger arrow here for you. Again, winds out of the north coming all the way down into Honduras, even parts of Nicaragua. And then you see here, winds generally out of the north, the Bahamas, Cuba, Jamaica, northerly, northeasterly flow. Still some spots generally out of the east, but we're going to see that surge of those winds kind of coming down more out of the north, especially across the northern Caribbean. That is really going to change our pattern. Even over toward Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, those Christmas winds are coming. A huge change. So we'll see the change in the winds, choppier seas, and yes, cooler weather for many of us, especially at night, but cooler weather for many of us as we get into the upcoming weekend, just in time for Christmas. Now, here's the bigger picture. These storm systems are developing way the heck out here. Here's an old front that just moved by over toward the Bahamas. We're seeing some extra rain, seeing some of that cloud cover as we get toward Guyana and Suriname. So kind of an active pattern in some spots. Let me break it down a little bit further. Zoom in for us. Here we are in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Cayman Islands. You see some of the extra cloud cover, parts of the Bahamas. I was talking about this yesterday with that front, parts of the Bahamas. You get back toward Cuba, and it may clip us by in the Cayman Islands. Little more action as we get toward Panama, and still some of the cloud cover in parts of Guyana, Suriname, with still that high chance of rain. Now, this red shading, I like to show this time of year. That's the drier air at the mid-levels of the atmosphere. So above our head, some drier air in place. Obviously not for all of us, but with this dry air, now dry air can cool a little bit more. There's not a lot of moisture in it, so drier air can cool down more so. So as you get into the nighttime hours, you may have noticed a little bit of change where you are. That's because we have some drier air in place. That allows the temperatures to drop off just a degree or two, or even half a degree, depending on if we're talking about Fahrenheit or Celsius, as we get into the nighttime hours. Now, let me get into the forecast, and then I want to look into one forecast in particular for Christmas, at least Christmas Eve. Here's a look at today. This is our afternoon today. Antigua and Barbuda, Anguilla, a few more spotty showers. Again, not a washout, but we'll see a few more. You see a little bit of over toward Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique. We'll see some spotty showers. Still a heavier chance, though, Guyana, or a higher chance, Guyana in Suriname, northern Venezuela, right on the edge of Trinidad and Tobago. Still, though, you see that white shading? That's the cloud cover. Still some overcast conditions in some spots. You get back toward Belize as we take you into the afternoon. Scattered showers, you see that here. We may get clipped by one or two, but to the north, watching over toward the Bahamas, as I mentioned, especially the northern Bahamas, a better chance of some rain and some cloud cover. So moving forward, all right, let's get into Monday. Let's start to get into the week ahead. And you see here what we're dealing with, spotty shower or two in some spots. Still some of that green around St. Martin, St. Croix, St. John. So British Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, chance of some scattered showers. Higher chance to the north. Cuba to the north, back through the Bahamas. That's where we have that higher chance of rain. Still watching out for that rain, though. Look at Suriname, Guyana. We're going to see more in the way of scattered showers, but heavier weather over towards Suriname. I'll be watching that for you as we go throughout the week ahead. Spotty shower, Honduras, Nicaragua. And then as we pull forward, watching the ABC Islands, Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire. See a couple little showers on Tuesday. That'll be a possibility. And then still, look at this. Look at that green near Puerto Rico. We're going to see that better chance of rain throughout the week. Not a washout, but again, that higher chance of rain in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Spotty shower, Jamaica. Spotty showers. Could see a couple thunderstorms as well. Shouldn't be the flooding event because we're not dealing with any big blobs of rain, but you see a little action here. The flooding threat, though, Guyana and Suriname, and still some of the overcast conditions with the flow this time of year. The pattern, more of that southern track this time of year. So still some of the cloud cover watching over toward Barbados, right on the edge of some cloud cover as we head into our Tuesday forecast. Now, as promised, I want to look ahead to Christmas, at least Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve day. So this is Saturday, so this is Christmas Eve. Look at Belize, for example. I mentioned some of the winds changing because of those fronts. 76 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. It is going to be a little bit cooler, and watching out for that chance of some showers that will be around. In the winds, note the winds out of the north at 15 miles per hour, 24 kilometers an hour. So we have a lot to track this week as we head toward Christmas. I'll keep you posted on the winds. And then as we go throughout the week, I want to watch those seas. That's going to be important too. We're going to get some choppier seas. I'll be tracking that for you. Thank you again for subscribing and liking the videos, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.